Now, would you agree with me that you were given the opportunity to comment for this particular article written by Enemy News Network?
Yes, sir.
And you declined?
Yes, sir.
And why did you decline?
Because it seemed to me very clear that they were not interested in just relaying truthful information. It seemed like they were more interested in getting clicks and promoting rumor.
Promoting rumors and relaying false information is going to be the topic of today's video, as we are going to be focusing on the events that have been occurring on Twitter within the last couple of days, especially those that do stand not only with Vic Mignogna, but also his supporters as well, as we are going to be diving deep into seeing what the other side had to say in regards to Vic's deposition along with Monica Rial's. As once more, before we begin, if you are new to this channel and want to be kept up to date with all things involving Vic Mignogna, Monica Rial, Ron Toye, and many of the news and updates involving the Vic Mignogna case, then be sure to go on ahead and smash that subscribe button and turn on all notifications by clicking on the bell icon to never miss a single upload. Be sure to go on ahead and slap a like down below by giving this video a big thumbs up if you guys do stand with Vic, as well as making sure to check out and subscribe to my main channel over at UnrealNetwork, to where there you guys will be able to find lots of anime and Dragon Ball content that you guys will not get to find on here. So be sure to subscribe over on that channel, in which you guys can find the link to UnrealNetwork located down in the description box below, and follow me at Twitter at UnrealNetwork to stay connected with me at all times. And if you have anything you would like to share or tag me in involving Vic Mignogna or any of the parties involved in this case, then be sure to go on ahead and follow me at Twitter. Now, to kick things off, I'm going to be presenting Exhibit A, Shane Holmberg's tweets that he posted over on Twitter, in which further goes on to shed some light on Shane Holmberg's character, as he went on to post, and I quote, "For those who only said that one or two lawyers disagreed with Vic and Ty, there were, quote, dozens. There is even a spreadsheet going around somewhere of all the lawyers who weighed in and thought Vic and Ty were complete jokes." Okay, Shane, if that's the case and what you are saying now is irrefutable truth, then where is this supposed spreadsheet that's floating around on the internet somewhere where we have various different lawyers weighing in on both Ty and Vic, two in which, as you stated in your tweets, thought that Vic and Ty were complete jokes? For those of you out there watching this, I wouldn't take anything Shane Holmberg, a man that literally barbecues his own shoe, as irrefutable evidence, especially when it was proven by various different YouTubers and people before that were even on his Discord that Shane at this point is reaching for anything he can to simply further his narrative that Vic, Ty, Nick, and all of those that stand with Vic Mignogna in this case are absolute monsters, to where my personal message to Shane is that of a question. And my question to Shane is, why do you hate Vic so much? Why do you hate Ty so much? Why do you hate and despise and stand against those that simply don't stand with you in your assertions that Monica Rial is correct and Vic Mignogna is wrong? So do you personally believe that standing on the opposite side in believing that Vic was in the right and Monica was in the wrong, is that so bad of a person to do in simply having a different opinion than you? I want you to sit on that. I don't despise or hate Shane Holmberg. As a matter of fact, I think that his points, and that's the one thing that I do objectively care about, I do think that his points, as he stated in his tweet, are absolute jokes because they're not founded on irrefutable, factual, empirical evidence. But I digress. But it doesn't stop there, because we have Greg Doucette over on Twitter, who also went on to post some very interesting remarks, as Mr. Doucette went on to post, and I quote, "Thankfully, I missed that part. We did collectively rename Vic R. Broly though, and his lawyer," which is a reference to lawyer, "leaked the deposition video where he volunteered that he hires prostitutes and tried to convince two sisters to do some three-way twincest," which I think Greg's comments are very disgusting in the fact that he's comparing Vic Mignogna to R. Kelly, Robert Kelly, a man that was on tape in his recording studio having sex with underage girls and doing various other things. Greg Doucette is comparing a man, right, that we have video evidence for, photographic evidence for, multiple witnesses, including his own brother, that have witnessed R. Kelly do these acts, comparing that directly to Vic, to where there is no irrefutable factual video evidence, to where there's no photographic evidence of Vic doing anything aside from what, hugging people. So you're going to compare hugs and kisses to actual video evidence of physical intercourse going down within a studio? That in and of itself I think is very egregious, and I think that it's very disingenuous from Greg to do. But Greg in and of itself is a meme, but he also went on to state that since Vic went ahead to hire some women back during his day for some physical transactions, that makes him a bad person. So that in and of itself just goes to show that Greg is a perfect person. He never did anything wrong. He never said anything wrong. This man is the walking embodiment of a pure angel. He never did anything to offend anybody. He never made any remarks in his life or did anything of the sorts to where subjectively from the other side, someone may view Greg as a complete piece of crap. No. But Greg loves to paint that picture in the fact that Vic was trying his best to convince two sisters in doing something that they simply refused to do. He asked, they said no, and that was the end of that one. So I really love how Greg is going as far as to misrepresent and take things out of context to once again further his own narrative. But again, I digress.
When was the first time you would say that you understood that Mrs. Rial was raising the issue of some kind of what she considered to be assault in one of your hotel room? When did you first?
You mean the assertion from 11 years ago?
Yes.
The first time I'm sure you have all reviewed the tweets and stuff. The first week or two, Monica made several very vague references online. I have a story, it happened to me, and people would ask, and she wasn't really very specific for a week or two, I can't remember. And it was during that period that I emailed her and said, I've considered you a dear friend for 20 years. I'm so sorry. If I ever did anything to offend you, please tell me what it was. I didn't hear back from her. And then a short time after that was when she actually published publicly her account.
What, in your personal opinion, would it take for Vic to be able to come back to work?
Objection 4.
I believe I stated it in one of my Twitter statements, or I know I've said it on Twitter repeatedly, that I've said that if he would apologize and he would seek counseling and seek help, that at that point, then I feel like maybe they would consider and lay low for a while, that maybe in the future he would have a path to redemption. I've said that if he would apologize.
And it was during that period that I emailed her and said, I've considered you a dear friend for 20 years. I'm so sorry. If I ever did anything to offend you, please tell me what it was.
I've said that if he would apologize.
I'm so sorry. If I ever did anything to offend you, please tell me what it was.
And yet the hypocrisy continues. She wanted an apology, he gave her an apology both publicly and privately, but then she still goes on the record to state, no, I wish he would apologize, seek help, lay low, basically die, and then only then could I accept him back into not only my life, but potentially giving him his roles and his job and whatever back to him, being that he simply apologized and we can all move on. As of course the man himself tried to do that various different times, but we live in the day and age today where if you apologize or if a person asks for you to apologize and you do so, it's simply not good enough. No matter how hard you try, no matter how sincere you are, no matter how genuine you are with your apology, in today's day and age, an apology doesn't mean a damn thing. Even if someone were to ask you for one, they just want to see you grovel at the idea that they have power over you. As an example, Monica wanted an apology, he gave her an apology multiple times, but it simply wasn't good enough.
It says that this tweet implies that you committed some type of criminal offense. Do you see anything in this particular tweet that gives that impression that a criminal offense was committed?
No, sir, but you have to take the context of the entire thing.
Now you gotta love these, and the fact that the lawyer deposing Vic is asking him, according to these tweets, it appears as though a criminal act has occurred, can you confirm or deny? Now the thing is, right, I think a lot of us do want to put people that commit crimes or assaults or anything of that nature away. But the thing is, why are you going to take it to Twitter first? Why are you going to take it to Facebook first, Reddit, hell, even YouTube, as opposed to going straight to the police? As an example, if an assault were to happen to you, what would you rather do first? Take it to Twitter or go to the police? So I find it very ironic how people are trying to scrutinize and paint this narrative that Vic had done these criminal acts, or at least participated in some sort of a criminal act without going to the police first. But according to tweets, it happened because, well, it's Twitter, right? To in which, when going back to Twitter, ironically enough, we do have a comment from Torres27, who went along to condescendingly post the following. As she states, "Poor Nick. It's like he has figured out by this point that Vic is not the best opponent of all time. Nor had Nick ever stated that, but I digress." And he's taken to pausing the video to pray when Vic gets a tough question because he knows Vic is about to tank his case. Again, even sadder, people are still throwing money at him. Number one, people are allowed to throw money at Nick Rekieta via super chats if they choose to do so. Nowhere during Nick's streams is he forcing anybody to give him any sort of donation or any sort of currency in the form of Streamlabs or super chats. So for Torres to imply the fact that people are in the wrong for throwing money at him, it's their money. They work hard for their money. So what's your problem with Nick Rekieta having to have donations and super chats come in after further having to provide commentary on said depositions? It kind of seems as though Torres doesn't want anybody to have any sort of monetary gain in this world, even if people choose to give them money. But nonetheless, we can say the same thing about most of Torres's friends who go around trying to illegally pirate and translate episodes of Dragon Ball, but nobody says anything about that. Remember Dragon Ball Super Broly in December? It was Torres and her people over on Discord who illegally obtained the Japanese movie and went along ahead to subtitle it in English. So nothing wrong there, right? But nonetheless, when going back to Vic, how do you know, Torres? How do you know that Vic is about to tank his case? Why? Because a few people on Twitter are saying so? Which again, I will say, it's completely fine for you, Torres, to stand with Monica and Jamie and said individuals. That is your opinion. I'm not going to poke fun of your appearance. I'm not going to call you a lunchbox. I'm simply going to challenge your stance in asking why. Unlike you, who gets very angry when finding out that people are standing with Vic Mignogna just because you think that he is the absolute worst person in the world, as you've stated based on your tweets. So it's very ironic how you also go as far as to poke his religion for whatever personal interest you have at mocking his religion. You go as far as to mock his supporters, which again is very unfounded. Even if you disagree with where people's morals are or their stances on the entire case, you're still very disingenuous and very condescending in your approach, Torres. So again, I ask you, how do you know that Vic is about to, quote, tank his case? And why is it so bad for people to give Nick Rekieta money if he's dedicating hours of his time providing us with these depositions and giving said commentary on what's going on? Doesn't seem to add up here, but nonetheless, I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. What are your thoughts on the comments having to be made on Twitter? What are your overall reactions on the Vic Mignogna case with Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi? I want to get your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. I am going to be playing a final clip by the end of this video just so you guys can sit back and think about some things. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, hit this video up with a big fat like, smash that subscribe button, guys, and follow me on Twitter at UnrealNetwork, and subscribe to my main channel over at UnrealNetwork for more awesome alternative content, guys. Again, thank you all so much for your time. Thank you all so much for watching. Share this video out on Twitter, Facebook, and all other social media outlets. And with that being said, I leave you all with this. Enjoy, everybody.
Are you familiar with a online blog called the Tao of Dragon Ball?
No, sir.
Don't know if that's popular with Dragon Ball fans or not.
It may be. I don't know.
Were you aware that the Tao of Dragon Ball wrote an article about you?
I'm sorry?
Were you aware that the Tao of Dragon Ball wrote an article about you titled?
I don't. This period was very, you know.
Okay. So,
I don't know specifically.
all right. As you sit here today, have you ever read this exhibit?
Not that I recall.
Okay. So you don't know what it says
No, sir.
about you one way or the other?
No, sir.
However, numerous allegations of sexual assault have shadowed Mignogna's career and continue up to today. During the research for this article, over 100 independent allegations surfaced dating back to 2013. Do you agree with that statement?
No, sir.
You don't think that there's been numerous allegations of assault?
It didn't say
shadowing your
numerous.
career?
It says over 100. I don't agree with that. I've not seen a list of 100 names.
Does it make a difference to you if it's 100 names or 10?
Yeah,
Makes a
absolutely.
difference to them. That's why they said 100. It sounds much more impressive.
Objection non-responsive. Does it make a difference to you if you're accused of 10 10 allegations of sexual assault, or just 100 or 100? Does it make a difference?
Yes, it does.
And why does it make a difference?
Because in a world of 4 billion people, there are going to be people that don't like you for whatever reason or have a problem with you. And the more people there are, the more troubling it is.
Are you aware of any other voice actors that have had numerous allegations of improper behavior against
Yes.
them? Like who?
I'm not going to name them.
Fair enough. So you're not the only one.
No, sir.
Are you aware of any other voice actors that have had numerous allegations of improper behavior against
Yes.
them? Like who?
I'm not going to name them.
Fair enough. So you're not the only one.
No, sir.